A Crime So Monstrous, Face-to-Face with Modern-Day Slavery, 2008, by journalist E. Benjamin Skinner presents harrowing personal accounts from individuals who were once enslaved. In addition to interviewing former slaves, Skinner spoke with those who engage in the buying and selling of humans. Over 5 years, he traveled the globe, conducting extensive interviews in places like Eastern Europe, Asia, suburban America, Haiti, Sudan, India, Turkey, and the Netherlands. The book received the Dayton Literary Peace Prize for Best Nonfiction, recognized for its clear prose, compelling storytelling, and the author's bravery in facing potentially lethal situations. Skinner explores themes of political corruption, rampant crime, and human rights. He was motivated to counter Joseph Stalin's infamous quote, "A single death is a tragedy, a million dead is a statistic," aiming to convey the deeply personal experiences of individual slaves. The book opens with a shocking assertion. It is alarmingly easy to purchase a slave within just 5 hours, even in Manhattan, the bustling cultural hub and home to the UN. Written in the second person, the chapter titled "The Riches of the Poor" guides readers from JFK Airport to a direct flight to Haiti. In Port-au-Prince in October 2005, Skinner interviews a modern-day slave owner who claims he can place any child in a home. When Skinner asks if a child aged 9 to 12 could be used as a domestic slave and sex worker, the man readily agrees. The price for such a child is just $100, negotiable down to $50. Skinner is struck by the chilling indifference of the transaction. For the seller, it's akin to offering a used stereo. Skinner also delves into Haiti's history, noting the cruel irony that the nation which first gained independence from slavery in 1791 now has one of the highest numbers of enslaved individuals in the world. He defines slave as anyone forced to work through deception and illegal agreements, earning only subsistence wages, and who cannot escape their circumstances due to the constant threat of violence. These individuals are often victims of sex trafficking, but are more commonly subjected to grueling labor, such as grinding sand into dust or mining stone. Today, an estimated 12.5 to 27 million people live in slavery worldwide. Consequently, there are more slaves today than at any point in human history. Most slaves are in East Asia and India. In the U.S., on average, the Justice Department estimates that 15,000 people are trafficked into the U.S. each year. Skinner learns more about debt bondage. He meets a man he calls Gonu. Gunu lives in northern India. 3 generations ago, his relatives agreed to work as a slave for 73 cents. With interest, his family could not pay off the debt, and Gonu continues to work 16-hour days in a stone quarry. His slave master, a notorious serial killer, threatens to murder him if he were to stop working. In Romania, Skinner meets a 15-year-old with Down syndrome who is forced to work in a brothel. He notices that her mascara is running from tears, and there are strings of red cut marks on her arms. She clearly wants to die rather than continue working as a sex slave. As he finishes talking with her pimp, Skinner is offered the young woman if he gives the pimp a used car. In South Sudan, he meets a 12-year-old boy who was abducted by an Arab slave pimp, along with his mother and brother. Skinner analyzes why slavery exists when it is illegal throughout the world. Citing half a dozen examples, he suggests that slavery persists largely due to government inaction and corruption. This is especially the case in Sudan, which continues to struggle from the after effects of a civil war. Skinner reviews the work of several NGOs and faith-based organizations that oppose human slavery. This includes John Miller, the director of the State Department Office to Monitor and Combat Trafficking in Persons, whom Skinner dubs America's anti-slavery czar. As an ambassador, he's credited with pushing many anti-human slavery laws through the U.S. and other countries. One effort led by Christian Solidarity International bought 85,000 slaves to free them. The man in Haiti who offered to sell a child called Reste avec, or Stay With, for $50 ends up fleeing the country once he realizes Skinner is a reporter. Authorities could not locate the man. Skinner considers the difference between human trafficking and slavery as a form of murder or crime against humanity. He supports the latter usage. It is a more fitting description of what he saw traveling the world. When framed as a crime against humanity, rather than something abstract, such as trafficking, He believes more people would become active in their rejection of human slavery. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.